What up, Detroit? It's Rob Parker, and coming up on Shop Talk, Kevin Love is traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, but one barber in the shop thinks the Cavs made a big mistake trading Andrew Wiggins. That, plus, Greg takes us to the movies, and we have a sneaker challenge for the ages. I'm not in it, I'm just a referee. Shop Talk starts right now. Some people think the best place to talk about sports is on the radio. No way, no how. It's in the barbershop. I should know. I'm a sports analyst. Detroit is a 5-point favorite. Devin, save your money, I know. And I own a barbershop in Detroit. And the cats in the barbershop, they think they know everything about sports.
Get ready for Rob Parker's Shop Talk. Real sports, real talk.
This is Shop Talk.
All right, welcome into Shop Talk on this Saturday. I'm Rob Parker. Let's kick it off with Getting Rob, where you get my take on the three biggest stories of the week, starting with NFL football returns tonight. Ford Field, the Browns versus the Lions first exhibition game of the new season. And I don't know about you, but shouldn't it be about Johnny Manziel? I don't know what the Browns are doing. Why is Brian Hoyer starting the game and not Johnny Manziel? Let's see what this guy got. You drafted him. No wonder the Browns haven't won a championship since the 60s. Put Johnny Manziel in, and let's see what this guy got. The Cleveland Cavaliers got it done. They made the trade on Thursday to get Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins. That means LeBron now has Kyrie Irving. He now has Kevin Love. And if you don't see this team getting to the conference finals with a chance to get to the NBA finals, there's really nobody now in the way for LeBron when you think about what happened with Paul George. And even the Bulls, I know a lot of people like that team, but until I see how it all shakes out and all comes together in Chicago, I'm not buying them yet. I like LeBron in the NBA finals with the Cavaliers in his first year. The San Antonio Spurs made history this past week with the signing of assistant coach Becky Hammon. She becomes the first full-time female assistant coach in the NBA. She, of course, has a great resume, playing the WNBA, was a really good player, and now she's transitioning to the coaching ranks. And you know what? Her resume's solid. This is a step in the right direction by the NBA, and hats off to Greg Popovich for stepping out there and being a trailblazer. And finally, the Tigers continue their weekend series in Toronto against the Blue Jays. First pitch today is 1:07.
Now it's time for the big debate. It's sponsored by Bob Maxey, the only Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealer in downtown Detroit. To reach him, call 313-392-9200 or visit them on the web at bobmaxeyford.com.
Tigers sent shockwaves through Baseball America when they picked up Tampa Bay Rays left-handed ace David Price at the trading deadline. Some people believe it's the missing piece to finally get Detroit a World Series championship for the first time since 1984. The Tigers now have 3 former Cy Youngs. In fact, the last 3 Cy Youngs in the American League. E, is that enough?
It should be. They're better built than anybody else. When you head into the postseason, for baseball, what most depends on it, you have to have a strong starting lineup, a strong rotation. Now the Tigers can go 4 deep. They finally got a left-handed ace, which they haven't had since, Kenny Rogers maybe? It's good to have that on your lineup. You need that for your team.
Mo, you buying that too?
No,
World Series?
I'm not buying that. World Series, man. How many times gonna keep trying to get there? Can y'all just go ahead and pick the pieces that y'all need together and get there now? I'm ready for them to get a win.
But they got Price. Price is a bona fide stud ace, Cal. He's that guy they've been looking for. And you know Verlander hasn't been himself, so maybe he picks up the slack.
True, yeah. Even in his game opener a couple days back, he had a great game. He helped them win a very close game, 3-3, and then they finally got one in the 12th inning. He pitched a great game.
Right. Price, Mike, you like the pickup of Price? Most people do.
I like the pickup. He's a great pitcher. He give you a lot of innings, but I don't buy it winning the World Series. I think we still need the bats.
Well, see, you know what? And that's something that people fail to remember, that the Tigers are too streaky, especially offensively. And we saw that in the series in New York this past week where they really struggled to score runs. And this happens even though you get good pitching. The other thing, too, is the bullpen. So while on paper you look at the rotation, and I'm going to give you a little history lesson. The Philadelphia Phillies had an awesome starting staff when they picked up Cliff Lee to go with Halladay and those other guys. And the Atlanta Braves also had an awesome starting staff. And out of those two staffs that were 4 deep, they only won 1 championship, and that was the Braves. So it ain't that automatic.
Yeah, it's not automatic, but you can't count them out. They got the last 3 AL winners, and they also got the last 3 AL MVPs on their team. You can't count out the lineup. You can't count out Miggy. But you're right. They do need to wake up with the bats. The past couple pro seasons, Austin Jackson was a strikeout king. Prince wasn't getting the job done. But now they have a little bit more ammo. They got a strong starting rotation. They should be okay.
Anybody mad that Austin Jackson got sent out of town? I mean,
yeah, a little bit.
I mean, you know, you get Price, and you love the idea of having him, but
you lose your quality center fielder. So, yeah, that's pretty tough. You lose a guy like that.
This is the second time, you know, that the center fielder got shipped out. Curtis Granderson got moved, and now Austin Jackson got moved.
I think they did that move because of what other teams did. That's
Because
why I
of
don't
Oakland.
like it. Right.
Well,
exactly.
but Oakland loaded up on pitching.
Exactly.
So,
That's why I don't like it.
sometimes you have to do it. You know what? Whenever you can pick up a quality guy like that, Price, and remember, he signed through next year. So if Scherzer leaves after this year, you still have Price.
Yeah, he's just a backup guy.
He ain't no backup.
He's not a backup guy. He's an emergency guy in case Scherzer leaves. But
That ain't the case. Scherzer's leaving after this year because they ain't got money
you
for
think?
him. Yeah, I don't believe it. But I don't know. I like the move. I really do on paper. But I still believe it's going to be a tough ride to try to get a championship, especially if the bullpen's not right, and that hasn't been right all the way, and especially if your hitting is too streaky.
I'm still shocked how they got Austin Jackson out of town. I've never seen a trade happen like that. Mid-game, they pulled him out. It's a good trade, but you're going to pull my man out mid-game?
Well, you got to pull him out because once the trade's done, in case he gets hurt or something, you got to be like, yo, come off the
That
field.
shows the league don't care about nobody.
But there it is. The Tigers have David Price, a Cy Young Award winner, in their rotation. Looks like the World Series is closer than it was a couple of weeks ago, but still got a lot of work to do to get there.
Check out the Shop Talk Rundown. Here's what's coming up. More Shop Talk is on the way. Stick and stay, Detroit.
You want flavor? Come to City Wings, 2896 West Grand Boulevard. Call ahead or order online, 313-871-2489, or go to citywingsinc.com. If you're looking for good food, go to Beans and Cornbread, the heart and soul of Southern cooking. 29508 Northwestern Highway, Southfield, 248-208-1680.
For the best alterations in town, go to Sam's Alterations on Southfield Road in Lathrop Village, 248-552-9950. Sam also has a great selection of men's suits. Sam's the man. If you need work done on your car, truck, or van, take them to the pros at Expert Car Care. They offer free inspections and guarantee the lowest prices in town. Expert Car Care has 2 locations, 7 Mile between Myers and Wyoming and 8 Mile between Mound and Van Dyke.
Do you or anyone you know have less than perfect credit? Has less than perfect credit prevented you from getting the auto or home loan you're looking for? If so, contact United Credit, a national leader in credit restoration and education. Having less than perfect credit can cost you thousands in additional interest and fees, and even higher auto insurance rates. With over 10 years' experience, they have earned an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and have achieved results for thousands of satisfied clients. Let them help you restore your score and get the credit you deserve. Call them today at 877-274-7654.
Now it's time for Homeboy Highlights.
This week's homeboy is Tigers center fielder Rajai Davis. During the Colorado series, Davis had 4 runs, 3 RBI, and 1 stolen base. On the season, Davis is batting .304 with 90 hits, 42 runs, 6 home runs, and 3rd in the American League with 26 stolen bases. Rajai Davis, You are this week's homeboy.
Indiana Pacers forward Paul George broke his leg playing for Team USA in a scrimmage. He's lost for the season, and of course, the people in Indiana are bummed out about it. Their season and next year, their hopes are all gone. And now, of course, there are some critics who are saying, why in the world are NBA players still playing for Team USA and to play in the Olympics and stuff? I don't know, Mike. I'm torn. I don't think we have anything else to prove on the international level. I don't think these guys should be playing anymore.
I disagree on that. I mean, you want to play for your country, you want to get the goal. We want to win by 100 if it was me, but as far as the scrimmaging and the rosters go, I think they can do it. I mean, you come around every 2, 3, 4 years. You can pick a roster without going hard in the scrimmage. And then, too, I blame it on the arena. They were saying that the backstop wasn't regulation. And when you playing ball, me being a football player, we know that field is the same from that before you can spell National League.
I got you, but I'm saying, Cal, really, what is left for us to prove on that level? To me, after the Dream Team, I'm good. I'm serious. I don't know, and is it fair to the other cities and teams that have these guys who are looking forward to their seasons, and now he's out, and if I'm a season ticket holder in Indiana, I want my money back.
Yeah, that's true, but when you're talking about Team USA, you're talking about you want to see the best of the best. Anytime USA put that Team USA on anything, you want to see the A-listers. You don't want to see the B-listers or the C-listers. You want to see the stars or the superstars.
But does it prove anything? I mean, you're still buying this whole Team USA with NBA. I mean, I know the United States got beat a couple times, so then they wanted to run out the pros because they felt like the other international teams. Right. I don't know. This is just me. I've seen it. I've seen the act. I know we have domination when it comes to basketball. I don't need to. I can see college players. I don't need to.
Yeah, I can see college players. We need to pick them in there. And then he's going so hard in the scrimmage. It was a scrimmage.
Yeah, he went hard at the end. It's a dunk or layup late in the game.
Career-ending injury for a scrimmage. Paul George wasn't thinking in that moment of the time. So look at what's going on now.
Rob, excuse me. Let me say this. I want to send my prayers out to Paul George and his family, and just, wish him a speedy recovery. Because you never want to see one of the upcoming anybody go through something like that.
And it was ugly, E, wasn't it? It really was.
It was one of the worst injuries I've seen, but it was a freak accident. Just to say, if he goes through that injury during the scrimmage for Team USA, look at Derrick Rose, who can't stay healthy in the regular season. But now he's tearing it up overseas apparently right now for Team USA.
But people can buy into that. He's doing his job. One is volunteer and one is your gig. If you get hurt on the gig, there's nothing wrong. I mean, you know what? I mean, everybody understands that, and they have to deal with it.
The players know what they're getting into, though. They want to put a Team USA on their chest. They know what's up.
But do they have pressure? Do you think they feel pressure that they have to play if the country calls for you? Do you see what I'm saying?
I think so.
I guess so, but it's like you said with the Dream Team. Everybody kind of wants to recreate that. Everybody wants that tradition, that history.
But you
You're
can't.
Right, you can, but
it was
they want to be a part
done.
of it.
The Dream Team. Come on, it doesn't get any better than that. I was good.
Well, we want to win by 100.
Exactly.
I win by 100 over who?
Over everybody in the world.
And what does that prove at this point?
Yeah, we're the best.
We already know that. I'm just saying, it wrecks the NBA season, to me. If you don't think the Paul George injury wrecks in the East, what do we got now? Who's standing in the way of Cleveland and LeBron? Anybody?
No, that's true. And
Chicago with two broken.
I'll say Chicago over Cleveland.
It's a straight
If they make the trade, I don't believe.
Nobody would get love on that.
Miami.
Oh, come on.
They're still in the mix. With Indiana, with those injuries, and who they
Miami's in the mix for what?
Did
Did you see Dwayne Wade this past postseason?
I did. I was rooting for him.
He looked good.
It's the backstop issue, man. It's the backstop issue. When you play on them courts, baseball has a warning track. Football, the field is always the same. He wasn't used to that backstop. I believe they shouldn't have been playing in that arena like
I
they
agree
said.
with that, Mike.
Yeah, I hear your point on that. My only thing is, I just think that this has been played out and it's enough already. That's all I'm saying. Right. I've seen it. I'm happy with the results. I enjoyed the first Dream Team. I'm going to be honest. I haven't been locked in since the Jordan group. You know what I mean? I watch it on a peripheral, but I'm not into it like that.
It may not be for the fans, but, the players, they take pride in that. Kobe loves playing for his country when he was out there. I'm sure Paul George was thinking the same thing. They want to play for their team. They want to wear those gold medals. You got to respect that.
I bet you after this injury, though, players will seriously consider about playing for Team USA and not. There'll be some who probably will bow out, and people won't like it, but I do understand.
More Shop Talk is on the way. Stick and stay, Detroit. For the best sports coverage on the web, go to theshadowleague.com. Coverage with a cultural perspective. Check it out.
You want flavor? Come to City Wings, 2896 West Grand Boulevard. Call ahead or order online, 313-871-2489, or go to citywingsinc.com.
If you need work done on your car, truck, or van, take them to the pros at Expert Car Care. They offer free inspections and guarantee the lowest prices in town. Expert Car Care has 2 locations, 7 Mile between Myers and Wyoming and 8 Mile between Mound and Van Dyke. For the best alterations in town, go to Sam's Alterations on Southfield Road in Lathrop Village, 248-552-9950. Sam also has a great selection of men's suits. Sam's the man.
The best haircuts in Detroit are at Sporty Cut.
Home of the $10 all-even haircut. Hey, Teak, don't take too much off. Come on!
7 Mile between Outer Drive and Myers, Sporty Cut.
Now it's time for Trash Talking Twitter.
Paul Arrington says there is no way I'll trade my number 1 pick unless it's for LeBron. Hashtag got him good.
If you want to trash anyone or anything in sports, hit us up on our Twitter. Time to change gears. Here's hip hop news.
What is Akon talking about? He explains the mechanics of Jay-Z's and Beyonce's marriage. He says their relationship has been more of a business to the outside world than an actual relationship. To them, it may be a relationship, but it was presented to the world and it feels more corporate. What they're going through is going to make great music. It's going to make better music, believe it or not, because now they have more content to actually speak about. They're not the only ones dealing with it. People are dealing with exactly the same thing, but on a smaller scale. In other news, during a recent interview, Nicki Minaj explains why she was afraid to rap for Beyonce and why Anaconda leaked. Nicki Minaj and Beyonce released their collaborative effort, Flawless Remix, last Sunday. Nicki reveals on 97.1 AMP radio that her verse was risque and she was afraid to let her hear it actually because I don't want to say anything that would offend her. Nicki Minaj released Anaconda from the Pink Print after the song leaked days before. According to Nicki, the song was scheduled to come out August 11th, but technical difficulties led to the leak. And finally, veteran rapper Jeezy gave an interview at Hot 97's Ebro in the Morning, talking about how he and Pac are above and beyond other hip-hop stars. Jeezy says his mission is to take on a leadership role for the youth. According to Jeezy, the only other hip-hop star to carry that load was Tupac Shakur. I can't prove anything to nobody in this game. Ain't nobody in this game got my credentials, says Jeezy. It ain't nothing to talk about. It's me and Pac. That's it. Leave it there. When asked about Jay-Z's place in the conversation, Jeezy shows respect for his frequent rhyme partner, but adds, he and Tupac represent the revolutionary side of the coin, while Jay represents the business side. Ha! You heard it here. That's the news. I'm Uncle Bill. I'm out.
It's Shop Talk's Cut of the Week.
I got my guy D here. He got a high and tight ball fade. As you can check it out, nice blend. Put the celebrity black on there. Be camera ready. Take a look at the blend on it. If you need a tight haircut, come and see me. My name is Tico. That's Sporty Cuts Barbershop. That's camera ready right there. Take a look at that. As I spin him back around, you can take at it. I got his mustache, his beard, nice and smooth, lined up. Same length as the top of the hair. Come and see me.
More Shop Talk is on the way. Stick and stay, Detroit. If you need work done on your car, truck, or van, take them to the pros at Expert Car Care. They offer free inspections and guarantee the lowest prices in town. Expert Car Care has 2 locations, 7 Mile between Myers and Wyoming and 8 Mile between Mound and Van Dyke.
You want flavor? Come to City Wings, 2896 West Grand Boulevard. Call ahead or order online, 313-871-2489, or go to citywingsinc.com.
For the best alterations in town, go to Sam's Alterations on Southfield Road in Lathrop Village, 248-552-9950. Sam also has a great selection of men's suits. Sam's the man. Now it's time for At the Movies with Greg.
Hi, Detroit. We're so happy to see you.
I am so happy to see you.
Detroit, thank you for having us. We had a great time shooting there.
Detroit took care of us.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's great. No, I already know you were talking about the great restaurants. What else did you guys like to do when you were there?
What did we do?
These are the things I did. I went to the gym. I went to Southern Fires. I went to Beans and Cornbread. Hung out with Sandra at the front desk because she was cool.
You really get sucked into this movie because you're seeing all this stuff, and you're thinking, I'm going into this storm, and you're kind of push yourself back in the chair so you don't get sucked up.
Well, that was the idea. We wanted to bring the audience along with us and kind of make it a first-person story.
Absolutely.
So good.
Right. And then even like with your characters, I mean, you guys, that's what you do for a living. You're storm chasers, professional. And you're out there shooting them. And every time you turned around, you know, the guy in charge was telling you, okay, get your camera. Let's go.
Well, listen, you know, that's something that I'm very, very proud of because I actually got to shoot some real footage.
Oh, really?
That ends up in the movie. Myself, Jeremy, and Nathan, and Max, we all had working cameras. So a lot of our footage will end up in the movie, you know, cut in between some of the great things that they did. You'll never know the difference, though, because we were all that good.
Right.
So, yeah.
Or because they fixed you in post. But
I don't need post.
I don't need post.
I don't need
That's
post.
amazing.
Now it's time for the debate challenge.
Let's welcome in this week Tico Edwards, my business partner and an A1 barber here at Sporty Cuts. And while most people are feeling the Kevin Love trade to Cleveland, Teak ain't buying it. In fact, he thinks the Cavs have made a big mistake by letting Andrew Wiggins go to Minnesota. Teak, state your piece, because I ain't buying what you're throwing out.
This is my thing. You know, you got a young guy, you know, Andrew Wiggins, you know, big upside, can play defense, just as well offensive minded. You trade him off without even knowing what he's going to do. It doesn't make any sense. You put him with the best player that they have in the NBA, and you don't give him an opportunity to showcase his talent. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes sense, Teak, when you think that the Cavaliers, and that city, matter of fact, hasn't won a championship since the 60s with Jim Brown. They're trying to win now. They got LeBron. Why wouldn't you trade? Love is a proven commodity. You don't know what Andrew Wiggins is, and I think if you look at that roster, Love helps the Cavaliers right now rather than worrying about some rookie trying to get acclimated and developing in the league.
I understand that, but the thing is, you look at Kevin Love, he can definitely play offense, but when it come down to like the playoffs, when they do them pick and rolls, how can he help on the pick and roll? You know he lack on defense. I mean, what are you going to do if he's facing Tony Parker and Tim Duncan? Is he going to recover? I mean, the thing is, you looking just for offense, but you're not even looking for the whole game, defense just as well with Cleveland Cavaliers, with Andrew Wiggins. I think he definitely will be a big help with them.
But you got to admit, when you look at the East, especially with the Paul George injury, and you look at the East and Miami's down and the Knicks are down, Brooklyn's bouncing back, from last year. Who's in the way if you look at Cleveland right now? Tell me you don't have Cleveland in the conference finals with this trade.
I haven't been in the conference finals, but, anything can happen. Just like you said with Indiana and Paul George situation, will one of them guys go down? Then what? I mean, who you going to depend on?
No, I got you on all that, but Teak, right now, me and you, steak dinner, Ruth Chris. I got LeBron with Kevin Love going to the NBA Finals. You got me?
No.
What you mean no? You taking a bet or not?
I'll take that bet.
All right, there we go. As again, nice try, but you did not win the debate.
Here's the Instagram shop of the day.
Check out Carmen's Barbershop and Beauty located at 8535 West Vernon Highway. Give them a call at 313-982-7321.
If you want your shop featured, hit us up on our Instagram account, Shoptalk TV.
Now it's time for a segment we call What You Sportin'.
What You Sportin' is sponsored by Bob's Classic Kicks on Woodward in Detroit.
All right, this week we have two of our A1 barbers from Sporty Cuts, Mo on my right and Cal on my left. Mo, what you sporting?
Well, today I'm sporting the LeBron 9s, Ohio State colors right here. You see these looks? Look at the textures. I'm ready to go. Basketball, to the club, to the mall, out to eat, wherever I'm at. I'm going to look good with these on my feet.
Cal, what you got?
Okay, well, you see what I got. The classics. I don't even really got to say much more. All whites, fresh for the summer. Linen.
You can eat off those.
Shorts, Look at these, Levi's, it doesn't matter.
Put them both up. They're both pretty sweet. The LeBrons are sweet. Classics are hard to beat. But you know what, Cal? I'm going to go with the classics this week. You can't beat them. Sorry, Mo. Put your foot down. All right, that's Shop Talk for this week. Enjoy the Ribs and Soul Festival downtown. We'll see you next week.
And don't forget, for the best sports talk on the radio, Monday through Friday, listen to Sports Night with Parker and the Man on WDFN AM 1130, The Fan. If you want to advertise on Shop Talk, call us at 586-431-0804.